This past Saturday, on June 14th, I had attended the No Kings protest in Tampa Bay in order to interview some of the protesters there. I have done this because I believe it is important to get first-hand testimony from the people who were actually there and a part of the movement itself, rather than to rely on second-hand coverage from both the White House and mainstream media, as the framings of this event, in my opinion, have been grossly misrepresented and or just straight up lied about in order to push a pro-administration narrative. From my perspective, what I saw was a peaceful, passionate, energetic protest with everyone coming together to stand up against a tyrant. It is disgusting to me that people in positions of power would demonize those who dare to speak out in dissidence against this cruel and unjust government. And because of this, and because of threats of violence levied against we the people by people like Sheriff Wayne Ivey in Brevard County making a public statement that he is willing to use lethal force against peaceful protests, I will not be showing any faces in this video. Instead, I have chosen only to film their signs that they held up as they took a stand against this contemptuous, fascistic regime. Again, these were peaceful, lawful protests, an exercise of the First Amendment, and yet I do not have enough confidence in this government to believe that they would respect our basic rights outlined in the Constitution. So that's why I am not going to be outing anyone in this video. So without further ado, please enjoy this compilation of interviews about what people think of Donald Trump's birthday parade and this abusive regime's use of ICE agents to terrorize innocent people. Alright, so we're here at No Kings Day Tampa. I've been talking to protesters, so I just want to ask, what does No Kings Day mean to you?
It means overthrow the power. There's too many rich people that are taking over. Money doesn't control everything. Money does not control everything. The people have the power.
I know a big thing that spurred us on, especially for today, is Trump's ridiculous military parade on his birthday. I remember years ago, Republicans were talking about how this was an insult when people like Kim Jong-un in North Korea were doing this. What do you think of this? Do you think that this is like a hypocrisy or an insult that they would be willing to do this for Trump, but they criticize others for doing it?
100%, and that just shows where the country's at right now. 100%.
And last thing I want to ask is, I know the media likes to portray these things as violent or chaotic, but you know, we've been here for a while now. For us, I mean, we see that it's very energized, and you know, it's got a lot of passion behind it. But everyone's been very peaceful. So what have you seen?
Very much peaceful. The only thing violent is the heat, and that's about it. But everything has been peaceful. We're just chanting, and we're making sure our rights are heard.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and I agree the heat's killer, so stay safe. I'm just gonna get one last shot of your sign. So we're here at No Kings Day Tampa Bay. I've been talking to protesters, and I want to just ask you, sir, what's this day mean to you?
Well, it is frankly about time we stand up on our hind legs and stop this obvious fascist takeover of the United States and the destruction of our democracy. Let me pop my sign around to the other side to make that point. I am retired military. I am not out here. I've never been a wild-eyed protester of any sort. There is no choice anymore. No one is standing up for us. No one is ending this. And the United States, frankly, is something I've dedicated, the concept of the United States is what I've dedicated my entire life to. My entire adult life is spent in uniform or in service of the country as a civil servant. That is all under attack. Science, reasoning, everything. We have to end this, or there is no relevant future for humanity. Just, in Orwell's words, a boot crushing the face of humanity forever. That will not stand. That's
a really good way of putting it, actually. I didn't think of it that way. This does feel very Orwellian and how chaotic and fascistic things
Oh,
have
it
become.
absolutely is right down to the information manipulation. As we discussed earlier, the selective coverage of these demonstrations to make them look really bad. I'll tell you this way, I lived in downtown LA until 2 years ago for 15 years. 75% of the videos I see were filmed within a half block of my apartment. There is no widespread white rioting. That is a customary area for a protest in Los Angeles. And the cops damn well and ICE are firing incendiary rounds and stimulating controversy. I saw a video of one policeman stomping a Mexican flag. What could possibly go wrong?
I appreciate you talking about that, because that was one of the things that I said I was going to ask, you know. And like we just got here, but from our perspective, everyone seems very chill. There's a lot of energy, but like, you know, the media isn't right to call this like an uproar or a riot. I know a lot of right-wing news sources try to frame it that way, but I mean, this just seems like a bunch of passionate people trying to fight for their country, you know?
Perhaps they should all read the Constitution for once in their lives. We have a specific amendment guaranteeing the freedom of this. And we are exercising that freedom, and indeed we'll exercise fucking all of it. Done with it.
I appreciate your words and your time today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, man.
You as well, sir.
I'm just getting one last shot of your sign here because I love it. It's awesome. So we're out here at No Kings Day Tampa. Just want to ask you, what does this mean to you? You know, what does this mean for you?
Oh man, this is like a moment that ultimately has been not only many months but many years in the making. You know.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be out here.
So I know a lot of this is spurred on by, you know, Donald Trump's ridiculous military parade on his birthday and stuff. What's your take on this? Because I remember, you know, a couple of years ago, all of these far-leaning Republicans talking about how North Korea doing this shit was, you know, like an insult almost, and then now they're kind of hypocritically doing themselves. So what do you feel about that?
Well, I don't think any president needs a parade on their birthday. You know, it's just totally disrespectful. I mean.
I agree with that. I agree with that. So we just got here, so I was just gonna wonder, you know, the media tries to portray these things as always like crazy or whatever, but it seems pretty chill from our perspective. What's your experience been so far?
Well, having just gotten here myself, all I can tell, it's just a wonderful, non-violent, peaceful gathering, the way it should be, you know, and we're all here under one, you know, cause, and that is that, you know, Trump, it's time to go.
Yeah. Here, let me get one shot of your sign.
Hope you like it. Made it this morning.
I love it, dude. I love it, dude. All right, so we're here at No Kings Day in Tampa, talking to some of the protesters. So, why are you out here today, man?
I'm out here today because my grandfather didn't lose his platoon in Normandy beaches for somebody to rip people out of their homes, separate them from their children, and deport them to God knows where, Guantanamo Bay. I mean, those are all just migrant holding facilities, which we know is a concentration camp. They're concentrating a population of people into a camp.
Yeah, yeah. So, I guess, what are your main thoughts on, because I know like a big thing that spurred us on, right, is Donald Trump throwing this ridiculous military parade on his birthday.
Yeah, that's like, absolutely crazy as well.
Like, I just remember, you know, Republicans like a few years ago just talking about like North Korea doing this and how it's an insult, and then like, do you think this is like a hypocrisy going on that like?
I do, because when I was growing up, my stepdad taught me, and he was pretty clear about it. He said, you know, America's not a dictatorship. We don't have military in the streets. We don't have military parades. There's no dictatorship here, because I was always kind of like sus of the powers that be. And now we literally have a military parade. We have everything a dictatorship would have.
Yeah, for real.
And it's the writing's on the wall, man. If we don't stand up now, and it might be already too late.
I appreciate your opinions on this. And last thing I want to say, I guess, is you know, from your perspective, what? Because we just got here, what have you seen? Like, because I know the media wants to spiral things out of control and say that these protests are crazy or whatever, but like, we just got here and it seems pretty chill out here. So what's your perspective on that?
Dude, these people are cool, man. Like, everybody's been really mad chill. They got waters, they got medics on guard just in case anybody heat strokes out. It's been super peaceful. The only thing we've had is one Proud Boy come by, and I called him out that he was a Proud Boy, and he looked all suited up. So stay tuned. I don't know what they're gonna try to do today.
No, I appreciate it so much. Can I get a shot of your sign before I head out? Cool. I hope this video could provide some insight into the No Kings protest, what it was like on the ground during the protest, and the people who came out to make their voices heard. I know I'm extremely late to covering this. I'm not going to make too many excuses. However, I feel I must mention that my hard drive on my laptop has reached the end of its life and no longer has storage space for me to continue creating video.
Despite this, and despite being a month late to uploading this video, I thought it was still valuable for me to allow people's voices to be heard on my platform, however small it may be. So with all that being said, my name's Undead. That's all I got.